But too, so we do get a lot of this sort of question about risk management. So what risk reward ratio should I aim for? So this is obviously a subjective question. It does depend on your risk tolerance. But a good way to see it is like I do see a lot of traders saying, oh, I want a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio, or say 10-to-1. But the reality is the likelihood of that actually happening is probably like 5%. So if you set like like a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio, probability of the price hitting your take profit is around 5%, somewhere around there. So from experience and what I've seen from what traders do is they sort of generally target the 1-to-1 sort of ratio with an additional extended target of say 2-to-1 to 3-to-1. That's more sort of realistic. And from a psychological perspective as well, you got to think about it. If you're doing a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio and your trade's getting hit like 5% of the time, you're going to run into like 9 losses in a row. You got to think about, hey, how's this impacting me emotionally, my trading? So yeah, I mean, more realistically, look at 1-to-1 with an extended target of say 2-to-1 or potentially 3-to-1. You could even like say, for example, have a first target 1-to-1 and you say second target say 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. And once your first target is hit, you go break evens on the second target, just to sort of mitigate that risk. You can't sort of play it like that, but that way you sort of get the best of both worlds. So that's yeah. What was
It's
that,
an
Jeff?
interesting one. No, it's an interesting one. Risk to reward ratio. Someone sent me a video on over the weekend about some fund manager was talking about how he gets 90% of his trades wrong, but he still makes money because on the 10 that he gets right, he makes huge returns. And I go back to the 1980s where Richard Dennis, the famous futures trader, who started off with, I think it was $500 in a seat on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, turned that into 400 million. And he was getting 80% of his trades wrong too. So I think the answer to that question is you need to know your numbers broadly. So you need to know how many you get right. That's question number one. If you're getting about half of them right and you're making a little bit more than what you're losing on your winning trades versus your losing trades, then you're in front. Trading isn't the Babe Ruth swing for the fences game. It's the chip away and try and increase your capital day by day. That's my view.